hear me? I did it again. Thank you. Oh, I've got to remember to turn my switchboard on. It's just because I'm singing in the background here in the VIP room, and you don't want to hear that. But then I've got to remember to turn the little switchboardy up thing over here too when I'm done. So hello, I'm Sally, and this is live. Hi everyone. We're doing the Personal Branding Made Easy Challenge. This is lesson, or I don't know if it's lesson number 5, but it is definitely our live number 5. And it is yes, Dean's happy for me, thank you. And I did say, Dean, I know you were asking what the name of that song was at the 5-minute mark, so I promised to look it up for you. I did get it from Canva. So I know it's available in Canva, and also it will be available in Epidemic Sound as well. Now I just need to make my cat a co-host. Here I am, thought I was all like prepared, and then realized, oh, I had a few notes I still had to do on my PowerPoint presentation. Oh dear, that's the way I roll, baby. This is live, and I'm currently recording a course live here. So you're very lucky if you've joined the free challenge, because you're actually getting to see me create a course live and on the fly. So I do stop and reset, and I try to speak really well during the actual live presentation component. And then if I mess up, I'll go back and I'll redo it, because I am creating a live course. Also, those who have purchased the VIP option, hopefully they come up. Yay, there they are. Hi, everybody. Welcome to all of the VIPs. They're all in the VIP room now joining us. Turn on, give us some sparkle hands. Oh, look at that. Karen's sparkle hands all the way down. Dorothy's here. Jacqueline. Hey, everyone. Awesome to see you all. If you want to join the VIPs in the room, we do a breakout session later where we all come together, and you can pick my brain or share screen and get help to make sure that you can get finished and get done with this challenge. And also, if you are a VIP, Dean says he's coming soon. Excellent, Dean. We will see you when you jump on in soon. If you are a VIP, you also get access to the full course. So you will notice that some of the lessons that we record here live aren't actually going available to the free challenge participants. There's a lot of content going into the larger course. Plus, at the end of this live challenge, we will also be doing a further 2 weeks of training that we will not be broadcasting live. I'll still be recording it live, but it'll be happening privately for our founding students. Yay! They were all our VIPs who decided that they wanted in because they knew that the course was going to be pretty awesome even before I finished it. Awesome. All right. Now, I have to tell you, I actually have to fix a couple of slides here on my PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to quickly whip that up while I'm here with you live. Step 5. And then create mood board in Canva. See, this is me, like just totally messing things up. But this is how I roll. Imperfect action is better than no action at all. I don't know if it's better than sometimes, especially when I think that I'm like, oh, I'm sweet. I've got it all prepared. I'm doing really well. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot to do the whole I might even fix those up later and just recap and rechange. Let me have a look here. Step 3, create mood board. Step 4, use color picker. Color picker to choose primary colors. All right, here we go. I've done it. All right, there we go. Geez, I'm so silly. All right, and it is not choosing your basic. It is identifying your brand colors. Excellent. Oh, and look on I've noticed on a few of my PowerPoint presentations that we have done, I've got like the wrong headings on them. Personal branding made easy. All right, there we go. Dorothy's in here all anyway. That's okay, Dorothy, but I'm supposed to be here like showing up and teaching and stuff. All right, so for let's kick off and start the teaching component. Today, there wasn't a workbook because most of the work you're going to be doing is actually going to happen inside of a couple of different programs. So I may add a workbook later on, but it wasn't super important to give you a workbook because mostly what you're going to do today is inside programs. So let me get the right screen going on here, and actually, yeah, all right, let's reset. Now we're going to get into some really exciting part of designing your personal brand. You will actually be creating your personal primary color palette today. But we've got a few exciting activities like the mood board to create to ensure that it matches with your voice tone, personality, style, all the things that we've created up until now. So first off, we're going to jump over to the PowerPoint, and then we're going to jump into the programs and how you will actually go about creating your mood board. All right, so let's go to the PowerPoint, which is, Mitch, you've got to push the play button, Sally. You've got to push the play button. There we go. All right, so get excited as today's lesson is all about getting creative and making your own personal mood board so you can get much more clarity when it comes to your individual colors. And then we're going to go to PowerPoint with, and I bet you it's changed. It has. We don't want to be there just yet, people. We don't want to be there. We want to be on this one over here. So we want to change this to Keynote, and we want to change Keynote here. And that's it. Done. Awesome. That looks much better. Much better. All right, so let's dig into how you are going to create your mood board, and it's going to be so fun. The first thing you are going to be doing is you're going to start pinning, which means we are going to be jumping into Pinterest, and you will create a board to start pinning lots and lots of ideas that you may have and that reflect your own personal brand, voice, personality, and all the good things. Once you have actually spent, look, I don't want you to spend a long time on it. After half an hour, maybe an hour, no more, okay? Set a timer to stop because you could literally sit there all day. It is super fun. And then you're going to create a secondary board, and you're going to take the best 10 to 15 images that truly represent your brand tone, voice, your style, words. So all of the personalities, all of the core values, everything that you've written, you will create that final refined selection of 10 to 15 images. Then once you're done, we're going to jump over into Canva, and we're going to create a mood board, and I'm also going to show you how to actually use a color picker in your Chrome and install it as a Chrome extension to create your own individual primary color palette. All right, so how cool is this going to be? Designing that mood board, and that will be your assignment. So next up, we're going to create your mood board, which is going to be super powerful to be able to allow you to choose your colors. And these are the steps you're going to go through. One, we're going to create a board in Pinterest, and you're going to start pinning. The second step is we're going to create a secondary board in Pinterest, and you're going to pull out the best 10 to 15 images, and then you're going to open up Canva and you're going to design a mood board with the best sort of 10 images or so. And then you're going to choose the actual colors for your own personal color palette directly from the images that you have selected. All right, so that's super fun. So we're going to jump on over now onto my computer, and we're going to look at this and start to really get creative. So I hope you're excited to get those creative juices flowing. All right, let me change this to our Google Chrome. Excellent. Come on. That's where I want you to be. Yep. Go away now. Okay. So, okay, here we are inside of my Pinterest account. And if you've never used Pinterest before, just go and set yourself up an account. And what I want you to do is when you've set up your account, you're then going to come in and create a board. So to do that, oh, it's been a while since I've been in here. So let me find it. Here. Okay. Let me try that again. Okay, yep. Okay, I need to move my little head here out of the way. Let's go to clone that and get rid of that, because you're not going to be able to see anything if this is there. All right. Excellent. And it looks as though also this is not going to show you the edge of the screen either. All right, that's much better. Let's try that again, shall we? All right, guys, so here we are inside my Pinterest account, and this is where you will create your boards. Now, if you haven't got a Pinterest account, I'm sure you're smart enough to set one up. And then what I want you to do is I want you to create a board. So you will see a little plus button here. Click on the plus button and create a board, and call the board your brand color brainstorm. Okay, so or our brainstorm there, and then click. I always keep these kinds of boards secret, and then click create. Now you've got your brand board done. Then what you will do is you want to start to search. So if you go up to the search bar along the top, what I want you to do is I want you to start to think about all the different things that you have put aside for, created so far for your brand. So when you're refining it, think about your style, your voice, the tone words that you have used. So for example, one of my brand tone words is sparkly. Wow, I wonder why. And some other words that I've associated with that are sky, galaxy, glitter, universe, inner glow. Okay, so put in some of those words, or maybe I just want to do sparkle and my color. So of course, use your color in everything. That would probably be best. Use your color and then your tone word. So purple, I've got sparkle. Maybe you want quirky. Okay, and then it will bring up lots of different options and ideas for you. And then also another thing is think about your secondary color. So ours is blue and also pink are our secondary colors. So from there, you can scroll through and start pinning anything that you see represents the actual shades of your blues and pinks and purples or whatever they are. So to pin, what we do is you can click here to save, and you can choose which board it goes to, or make sure that you actually drop the little drop down here and choose the correct board. So there's the brainstorming board, and choose save. So have fun with this. Pin, 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 pin away, and I'll show you what I had for mine when I created my original brand board for my brainstorming. So as you know, I like lots of rainbows and color, and these are all the colors for the blues, the purples, and the pinks that I like, you know. And I've realized by putting this board together that I actually like the blue side of purple and less of the pink side of the purple. So once you've got your board together, then I want you to create a secondary board. So you'll do the same thing to create a secondary board, and if I come here, I will show you my secondary board has only got 14 pins in it. And then what you do is, so these are my 14 pins that I really liked the most, that represented my fun, my quirkiness, my sparkle. I can see a shade of blue in there that I really like. I can see the shade of pink in here that I really like. And make sure that at least the 3 main colors, or 2, or whatever main colors you've chosen, within the colors that you choose, you can see that specific shade or coloring, because, you know, there are so many different spectrums of color available, right, in the entire color wheel. Excellent. So once you've done that, the next thing is to actually save each of these images. Now, some of them will let you save them by actually, like, you can click on them and you can just click save image as, and they will allow you to save the individual image. Other ways you can do is open image in a new tab as well, and it'll open in a new tab, and that's usually the best way that I go about it. And then right click again and click save as. So save each of these individual images. So I'm just going to quickly go through and just save a couple of the images from my color palette, just so that I can show you how to bring them in. And open image in new tab, and then save image and save, and again go back, click on the next image, right click, open image in new tab, right click, save as, click save. All right, and you'll continue doing that with each of your refined images. Now, you may not end up using all of them. I should actually grab a couple of these little rainbow ones that I like as well. Open image in new tab, save image as, and then one more rainbow image as well, which I like this one here. Didn't pick as many sparkly ones, did I? All right, so these really represent sort of my fun, my quirkiness, the voice and style. I'm bright, and as some people say, you're too bubbly, Sally. All right, so once that's done, you've saved out your main 15 images. Then the next step is to head into Canva. So you'll go into Canva, and I want you to create a, the best size would be, let's have a look up here. What would be the best size for you? You're only putting it online. So I would say probably the Facebook post one would be a good size, or the Instagram post one, which is square, and this one is more of a rectangle. So it's totally up to you if you want more of a rectangle mood board or if you want a square mood board. Let's just go with the square. All right. Now that you have your blank document open inside of Canva, I want you to go to Elements. When you click on Elements, scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see this here that says grids, and click see all. Now with the grids, you can choose different layouts that you want to use. Now, all of these can be resized. So for example, if you're choosing 5 colors and that's going to be your end color palette, I would recommend that you find one, or if it's 4 colors. Now remember, these are your primary colors. You will eventually create secondary colors later. But let's say we're going to create 3 to 5. So make sure you've got a bit of an idea, and you can always change your mind. Bring in the palette for choosing your color swatches, which you will be creating later, and place that on your board somewhere. And then the rest of it, like, start to design where you can put in your 15 images. So I'm doing very, very basic here. Okay, so you can create your layout however you like. Let's just say I'm going to do a 3 color swatch palette. All right, so now it's going to be much nicer and prettier than mine. Now we've got the layout of where you're going to actually place all your images. Then what you want to do is go to Uploads, and I want you to upload media and navigate to where you've downloaded your images. Now, even though you have between 10 to 15 images, that does not mean you have to use them all, okay? This is really just setting the mood for your business. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 images here. So I'm gonna bring them in. So I just clicked on the first image, and as I navigate around, they snap into different areas of the color into the palette. Now I can see here that this image is a long, tall image, so it doesn't really work in that design very well. So I might want to choose a different layout that's got sort of more of the taller designs in it. I reckon that one's a little bit more flattering for the different design types that I have. All right, so let's go back to my uploads, and we're going to bring in this one and snap it in there. We're going to bring in this one and snap it in there. We're going to this, oh, that one actually might look really good right down the side there. This one may be better over here. And then that one there. Now, you're going to have more than 4 colors, but this is giving you a basic idea of how to start pulling your board together. Then what you want to do is you want to actually choose the colors for your color palette inside of here. So what you're going to do is head to this address, eyedropper.org. That's EYEDROPPER.org. So you're going to head to this address and you're going to choose Get Eyedropper for Chrome. And once you get there, you're going to add the extension. So it'll click here to add the extension. Now, once you've added the extension, you will come up the top and you'll be able to see it up here. Now, if you cannot see the eyedropper tool along the top, which is this one is the eyedropper tool right here. Let me see if I make this smaller, if it actually gets bigger for you. It does. All right, so once you've installed the Chrome extension, it'll pop up here next to the URL bar. If you do not see the extension up there, click on the little puzzle piece and scroll down and look for the word eyedropper and put a pin in it. So pop a pin on it and it'll then pop up here so you can actually see it in the bar. Then once you have that, we will head back to Canva. And inside of Canva, I'm just going to make this image bigger. You select the eyedropper tool and you choose this part here that says pick color from web page. Now what I want you to do is you'll see I've got a little eyedropper tool here, but also look down in the far left right corner. You'll see a little square down here that actually shows you the color as I move around. So what I want you to do is move around and choose your color that you really like within the photo. So I really like, where's my purple? Ooh, these are nice and bright. That's probably the red side of purple. That's a nice dark purple there. All right, so I've clicked, and then what happens up the top here is it gives me a hex code, and the hex code, and it also tells me a name. What you want to do is up the top where it's got the word selected, choose the hex code and copy that hex code. Come back into Canva, click on the first image at the top, go to color selection, so the little rainbow tool, choose add color document and paste your hex code in there, and you can see that your color palette now changes over here. The other thing you then want to do is on your keyboard, push T for text, and the text tool will come up. Just make sure you click away or it'll attach to the bottom. T for text, and paste your hex code in there. Now, as you can see, I've pasted the hex code, but it's not in a great color. So I'm going to make it white so I can see it. And then you pop that hex code on top of your color. Then you will continue further down. So we'll go back to the eyedropper tool at the top here, and my secondary color is a pink. So I'm going to go and find a pink that I really like. That one. And then I'll choose the next, go up the top here, choose that, copy that color code, click on the box I want to change the color for, select document, paste my hex code in there, and it's changed that color in that palette. I'm going to now Command or Control C to copy and Command and Control C to paste. So it all looks the same. Drag that down, and now I'm going to paste, Command or Control V to paste. And I'm going to paste my hex code. Oh, let me grab my hex code up there. I mustn't have copied it into my palette, and paste it on there. Now, the other thing I might do is choose my second. I've actually got two, what do we call, accent colors. I've got a pink and a blue in my brand. So I'm going to go through and find the blue that I really like. Oops, I'm not happy with that one. More of a tealy blue, which is, that one. That's beautiful. Go back up here. Select the hex code, choose my box, go to the rainbow, paste. Now I've got my blue, and I'll copy that down. Now here's another way to copy, is if you hold the Option key or the Alt key on your keyboard, Option for a Mac, Alt for a PC, and drag, you'll get a duplicate, and then you can paste. And as you can see, that color doesn't work really well on that lighter shade. So I'm going to just make that a darker color. And then finally, my last one is a gray. So I'm going to go up the top here. Again, choose my color picker. Oh, I need to move around a little bit. I like a bit of silvery grey, so I'm sort of more on the silvery side. I'm going to move around and find a nice bit of light grey in there. There we go. Go up the top, choose my colour palette, and then select and come over here and paste. Now, if you're not totally happy with the shade that it brings up, like I might like to lighten that, so I'm just going to drag it up a little bit. I want it a little lighter. There we go. And then I'm going to copy the new color code and come over here, and I'm going to hold the Option or Alt key to drag down, and I'm going to paste in my code there. Excellent. So now I've got my mood board, and you're also going to have more than just 5 images. Or is that 5? That's 4. I can't even count. The other thing I might do to make this look a little nicer as well, I'm actually just going to put a background. So R for rectangle, and I'm going to make that like a white, and I'm going to position that backwards so I can see my color palette there. And I'm going to resize it like that. There we go. And then what you want to also do is you want to also add the brand style, tone, and voice to your brand board. So for example, I'm going to take you back and show you one of the ones I created a while ago. You don't have to put a logo or anything on it, but we want to see what your actual brand voice is. So I'm going to just take you back to PowerPoint now and show you one that's a little bit more designy that also shows my brand values, tone, and voice on it. So I've got to push the play button first. There we go. All right, so here we are. You can see down here I've written our brand values, which are team synergy, sharing culture, authentically unique, solution-driven, self-empowered, and good karma. So I've popped my brand core values on there, and you can also, if you like, put your brand voice and personality, you know, those 3 words that you selected. You can also put your brand personality words on there as well that you created inside of that brand voice grid. And that will then be something that you can show people when they're trying to look for how to create your designs. Now, this particular brand board that you're looking at right here, I designed this one years ago. We've definitely shifted a little bit away from some of those colors. They're very, very similar, what we're using now, but we have changed slightly since this one was created, I think, back in 2017 maybe, but it was the example that I already had available for you. So there we go, guys. That is creating your brand mood board. It's going to be so fun, right? You get to get super creative. And then what you will do is you will save your brand mood board and you will submit that for your next badge. Plus, you will also pop it inside the Facebook group. And I want you to share how it made you feel being able to have specific colors for you. Now, moving forward, we're going to talk more about different types of ways color are created, and we'll be moving away from just using hex codes. But this is a great, easy, simple start for you so that you can start now designing using your own personally selected color palette. All right, there we go, guys. That is it. We are done with that training. And that was a really bad, let me just go back here. I'm going to, that'll do. I was going to redo that, but I'm not going to. No, imperfect action, as I always say. All right, let's have a look here. We've got a couple of questions coming in. So if you're out on the live, you can certainly submit your questions. I've got a Facebook user. I don't know who you are. You do need to give us permission to see who you are. But is there a way to have rainbow colors as a brand color? Or does it have to be individual colors? I have used a color picker and can only do individual colors. Okay, two things. You can certainly use brand rainbows within your designs, but I would still have individual colors within your brand. It doesn't mean that you can't create what's called gradients, where you're moving from one color through to another, or creating full rainbow effects, but you still do need an individual color code for single colors. That doesn't mean you then can't go and create rainbows later for your secondary colors, but your brand should have primary, a small palette of 3 to 5 primary colors that you draw on to create your design. That way, when you're choosing borders, you're choosing text, backgrounds, play buttons, call to action buttons, all of those things, you've got that solid color. Also, when it comes to printing, like if you do t-shirts or stickers, you do things on coffee mugs, all those sorts of things, you want to be able to color match, because it's a whole nother thing to teach when it comes to printing and screens. Colors can look very different on different screens and different products that you print on, as well as even the printer's colors the same printer, the color can look different in the morning to the afternoon when the printer gets hot. So you still definitely need to choose your main primary colors, but all your designs can totally be rainbow, because I do, right? Look at my border. It's got a rainbow effect to it. And I don't know why I'm leaning more towards yellow recently. It looks like yellow may just become part of our main brand colors the way it's been going. Awesome. All right. Now I'm going to head over to the VIP room and just get some feedback from them. Hi, VIPs. How are you all? Turn on your cameras, come on in and chat with me. What is a key takeaway that you got from today? Who would like to be the first person to speak? Well, Jacqueline was the first to turn her camera on, so I'm going to call on Jacqueline. Hey, Jacqueline, what's a key takeaway for you?
I guess Pinterest. I messed up my Pinterest board. I guess I can start over, because when I switch from one brand to another, it's like stuck. I can't seem to pin anything on it anymore. So can I just absolve it, just delete it and start over?
Yeah. Look, and what I might get you to do is when we go dark, I'll get you to do a share screen and I can have a look. So if you want to, while we're waiting to go into the private VIP breakout room, if you want to load Pinterest on your computer, maybe we can have a look at it and see what's happening with your Pinterest board.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. All right, who else in the VIP area would like to add what they're looking forward to or what they're liking best so far about the training? Deborah.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm looking forward to doing this and really finding the colors that I really like, because I've been going through the color wheel and it's just not working, but this will be a really good way to find colors. I do have a question though. It's when I'm looking at colors on my computer, they'll look one way, but most people probably use their phones and the color looks a lot different. Do you fiddle with your phone too while you're picking your colors?
Yeah, so look, color is very finicky. Literally, I could teach just about the different types of colors for probably a week straight. So if you think about when you walk into a electronics store and they've got 30 televisions up on the wall and you see a game of golf and every single TV shows a different shade of green. Mm-hmm. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Or, so another way, if you want to get really, really on point for your color, is what they're called color swatches. You actually have to physically go and see a color swatch to make the decision, because what you choose on your color on your screen will look different on your phone, on the television. It will look different if you print it on paper. And we're going to get into the differences between additive color and subtractive color, just a little bit of color theory in the coming lessons. So if you really want to know exactly what your colors are, you have to go, and they cost hundreds of dollars, a swatch book. That's why when people choose colors of paint, they don't just let you pick them on a screen. They literally will have a whole aisle with papered color swatches for you to choose from, because it's the only way to have a guaranteed color is if you physically hold it in your hand on a piece of paper. When it comes to the screen, if I adjust my blues or my reds, the color's going to change regardless of the hex code that I use. So what I would recommend that you do is choose your hex code, but then we're going to be talking about CMY and RGB later, and you can totally go and slightly change it. I might go and find my color swatch book. Have you ever seen those big color swatch books, and they kind of fly open? They're long and skinny, and they got lots and lots of colors on them, because when color is mixed for printing, it's actually weighed by like a gram or less to mix colors. So it's a whole, you know, like Pantone, you would have heard of Pantone. They bring out a brand new color every year, and it's a color that hasn't been mixed that way before. So what I would do is just choose your colors based on the images that looks good on your screen. And then when we dive a little deeper into the differences between additive color and subtractive color, which means color on a screen or color when printed, there's a lot of variables that come into play. So when you're looking at a color on a screen, that color is generated by light. Okay, so when you turn off your screen, there's no lights on, and so therefore the color is black, right? And when you turn on and you just add red, you see red, and there's green, and there's blue. And if you mix all of those colors together at 100%, you actually get white, because it's created by light, and your colors on a screen are more vibrant because they're created by light. But when you print on a piece of paper, a paper is white, and you're adding colors to the pieces of paper. And if you add all the colors, eventually you get black. So they're not as vibrant because they're not created by light. So you may get this really beautiful, vibrant blue on your screen, and you will never be able to reproduce it in print, because it may just be out of the print color spectrum. Like I said, this could be a totally like days I could teach about color. I mean, that's why when printers, if they color match, they actually get out the color swatches and they put them against people's color, because even though they may mix the colors correctly, if the machine's hotter in the afternoon, the viscosity of the ink is thinner, and therefore the color can actually become out more pale than it does in the morning when the machine's warm. So there's so many variables. One of the worst colors from somebody who's worked in design for 25 years is blue. Because what looks blue to one person looks green to another, looks purple to another, and it prints shocking compared to the vibrant colors that you can get on a screen. You can't get that reproduction in print. And also, people's colors, see colors differently. My husband calls and it's called a blue Quaker, mind you, it's a bird. He says it looks green. Now, when I look at it, I say, that's totally blue. He goes, no, it's green. And then I showed him a green Quaker, and he goes, yeah, that's green, but yours still looks green. So color is very also subjective by how we process color ourselves, because also, you know, there are color blind people too. So yeah, it's a whole, it's good to come and pick them, but also unless you're going to go into the field of being a designer and you are somebody who is going to do these types of things for clients, then you don't need to get into too much of the technical stuff. Again, you'll end up with, being stuck in procrastination and trying to get it right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Good enough, close enough is good enough. Excellent. So there we go. Look, I can totally go on for hours, as I said, about colour. Anything else at all, Deborah, I can help you with?
Oh, I'm sure lots more, but that's good.
Yeah, excellent. All right, guys. Well, for everybody out on the live stream, we're just about to go dark now. So all the VIPs, you come on over now. We're going to go and spend a while together and go around the room and ask questions, share screen, and I'm going to help you wherever I can to keep moving forward when it comes to finishing off all the assignments that we've done to date. But this one's a super fun one, and I'm pretty sure once I edit this, it's not going to be as long as some of the videos, but it's also one of the most fun activities that we have for you. So I'm excited to see those mood boards to start popping up in the Facebook group. I remember doing this training a few years ago for people, and the media section where everybody's photos all start sitting and you can scroll through, it starts to look really pretty with everybody's brand colored mood board. So bring it on, guys. I can't wait to see. For everyone out there on the live stream, thank you so much for joining us live, and VIPs, come on in. We'll see you soon.